Chris, and we're going to be talking about living off campus. So, for our first question, what transportation do you rely on to get to campus?
My main mode of transportation is my car. It's the most reliable option for me. There's always the bus that goes to and from Lakehead, but that doesn't always run as consistently as it could, so I usually use the car.
Yeah, for sure. And how would you describe the process commuting to such a far campus?
It's definitely challenging getting to and from home because I live in Barrie, which is about 45 minutes away. Getting to and from campus can be challenging, especially when classes are either very early or very late, and then also trying to balance that around my work schedule. Plus, during like the winter months, like from like November till like mid-February, there's like a bunch of snow on the ground, which can cause traffic to slow down or for like collisions to occur, and always just makes things more dangerous.
Right. Sometimes classes are even canceled.
That as well, yeah.
Yeah. And do you ever feel like there's a disconnect between you and your classmates that choose to live on campus?
Definitely, since I'm not always around and it's harder to meet like new people, I'm only ever here for my classes, right?
Yeah.
Which can only be like a few hours a day, and then I end up just going right back home because it's just easier for me to save time. So I don't really meet a whole lot of people here unless they're like in the class with me, and like during class it's kind of difficult to make new friends because you're trying to like focus on your work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's definitely a lot harder.
Definitely, yeah. And have you ever had problems with the scheduling structure of the classes here at Lakehead?
Yes, mainly because I live like close to an hour away, like 45 minutes, half hour on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
If classes are like, if I have like an 8:30 class and then I have like a class that's like later in the day, that's like more than like 4 hours between, I have to either decide between staying at campus all day for like 6, 7, 8 hours, or going back and forth to home, which can end up taking more time or like costing a lot in gas, which can
For
be
sure,
difficult.
especially since you said you're 45 minutes away from.
Yeah, it can add up if I'm commuting like to and from 4 times a day.
Right. And what was your reason to not live on campus?
Mainly financial, because campus is expensive. Like living on residence, it costs a whole lot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the exact cost, but I'm pretty sure it's more than the tuition, which can be very, very difficult to accommodate.
Yeah, definitely. And do you have any benefits? Do you find any benefits of living off campus?
Apart from the financial side of things, not really, because it's harder to get to classes. It's more difficult to meet people, and overall it just makes the school like life balance a bit more difficult. But the financial savings are definitely like the only big plus side that I see.
Understandable, for sure. And have you ever needed to budget your living expenses as an off-campus student?
Living off campus, I'm budgeting a lot less than I think I would be if I was living here, just because I can save all the money from not going to residence. But even then, there are times where things do get a little bit tight, and I do have to end up trying to budget in order to make ends meet. But usually it's pretty good.
Yeah. And what tips do you have for students who are considering to live off campus?
If you are considering to live off campus, definitely work on time management, because you're going to have to work in like the commute to and from school, depending on how far away you are. Like some people, like if they're living like an hour away, hour and a half away, they have to like budget that in. Especially if they have like early classes, it can be very difficult to get to and from like school.
Yeah.
And also, if you're going to live off campus, do it with like a few friends that you might be able to like rent a place with, because it'll keep costs low, and also it'll keep it temporary, because if you want to like move somewhere else, it's not as difficult to cancel the lease if there's multiple people on it than if you have like just one that's on your own name.
Right.
It can be a bit more of a hassle as well, trying to find a place and being able to afford it.
For sure. And do you feel like there's a lack of resources to accommodate people who live off campus?
At times, definitely, because like I said again, if the school schedule is scattered for like classes, it can be difficult commuting to and from or just waiting out the day at campus. Like I said, last semester, I had a 8:30 a.m. class until 10, and then I didn't have any other classes the entire day until 7 p.m., which was like, it's close to like a 12-hour gap between them, which can be a bit difficult because I'd have to choose between staying at campus until almost like the end of the day to go to class again, or going back and forth up to 4 times to save time and make it back home, which can cause issues.
And there's lots of events and activities you miss out on not being on campus as well.
Yeah, because I have to factor in like, if I want to like come to an event, I have to try and decide like, is it worth driving all the way up here for? And if I do decide to do that and then I get here and then I end up like, it's like not something I'm enjoying, it's like all this time was spent coming up here, right?
Exactly, yeah. And our final question. What are some strategies for maintaining a healthy work-school balance?
Definitely balance your time. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to want to be able to do, and there's going to be things that you enjoy doing when you're in uni, but a lot of people, when they first get into university or post-secondary, they get shocked by like how little time they have. Balancing your time will make things a lot easier, make like your studies, they'll like be much more easy to accommodate your extra time. There's always going to be like things that you're going to want to do, but you'll always have time for them. You just have to like, space things out evenly and don't pour all your time into one thing, because then you're going to end up burning yourself out.
For sure. And it was nice talking to you. And that was the interview, Living Off Campus. Thank you.
Well said.